Hey everyone, I'm really excited for today's project. I've had the design for over 2-3 months and I just never got around to having the time to make it. And the cool thing about this design, once again, it's going to be much larger than our laser machine. So that means I have to do some manipulation with the digital format, digital design to be able to cut it down into sections in our laser cutter and then put it all together in one big one big piece. So I think it's around 52 inches wide by 52, 53 by close to 24. I think it's about 20, but it's going to be pretty big. So I'm really excited. So I hope you come along for the ride, and we won't hold things up. Let's get started. So for this project, I'm going to use wood that I already have in the shop. I already still have some plywood from previous projects that I bought a whole sheet and had them all cut down to 2 feet by 3 feet. So I'm going to use that, even though my project will be like over 3 feet. Now, problem with this is that they do have a nice brown line through them, and I'm just wondering if that's going to be a good thing or not so good thing. I only have the one without the brown line. So I think to keep things consistent, I'll go with the brown line. It's going to be stained anyways, so I think I'll be okay. And you know what? It's just going to add character to the whole picture. So we're going to go with it. Unfortunately, it doesn't line up for some reason. I can't remember why. Anyways, actually, I might start with this one, and I'll do the other one. Yeah. Okay, we'll use this one. So as you can see, my plywood is quite warped because I didn't stack them or clamp them down like I should. I'm just going to wet the back with some water. And that usually will help bring the wood fairly flat again. I'll give it some flexibility. I would only do the one side. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, and then I'm also going to get the I'm going to sand it down while I'm waiting. I actually took too long to get it ready for the laser, so I'm just wetting it again, and this just shows you how much it will flatten out again. It only takes about 15 minutes, but of course, once it dries, it takes about 15 minutes to go back up again as well. So it's just a temporary fix, but at least it gives me time to put it in the laser and avoids some complications where it will get caught in the laser machine and hopefully not catch on fire like the last time. Just take the other half out first. This plywood warped quite a bit too. You can see that in the camera there. That's one problem with this cheaper plywood. But we'll make it work. All right, paper. Ouch, paper cut. Oh, don't need these sockets anymore. The paper is flying all over the place. I tried cutting it without air assist, but then it caught on fire. So as you might have noticed, maybe not, my paper template thing didn't quite work out. So scrapping that idea. A little bit too thin, and then sometimes it didn't cut through where the tape was. Not worth trying to make that work. So I'm just going to try and engrave it right onto the cardboard itself as my temporary placement. So mainly I just have to do this part over here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. The main part, the first cutout that I did, I'll engrave. But this one I'm not too concerned about because there's not very much other than the grass and maybe the ear area. That I can probably do a template to line up, make it a little bit better, take the time to make sure it works, maybe with a better cardboard or something like that. Yeah, but definitely did not work on this piece of paper. All right, instead of using the pass-through, I'm just going to try and get this to fit in there the regular way. Just save me a lot of problems. As long as I can get most of the cow on, I'll be happy. Do it this way. Bring it down. So you probably noticed I didn't clean the laser out first because I'm just putting, I'm just engraving or line engraving, line marking this cardboard, so it's not going right through. And of course, this is just going to be a template I can use as a temporary placement for when I stain the pieces. That way it saves me time from transferring over, and it just works better for the flow of getting this piece done. And here I am just using stains again. This one, again, using earth tones, just similar to the last project I made with the European Cafe. If you haven't seen that video, you can click go to our channel and click on the last video, or I'll try and leave a link above here if you're interested in checking it out now. But I prefer you stay here on this video until it's finished and then go to the yellow and check it out. But yeah, so this is my process for staining, and then I place them in that way. I have a temporary placement and I can see if the colors are, you know, working out, and makes I can see the sort of final result as I go along, whether or not the pieces beside each other make sense or not, the coloring, the shading, and all of that. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I was really pleased on how it's actually coming out. When I start these projects, I just never sure whether or not it's going to be having the right colors or shades or whatnot, but yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. And here I just thought I'd show you my stain color palette, what it looks like as my workspace. So I'm going to do something a little bit different than I usually do for my wall art pieces. I'm going to actually try to use some of all that wood there in the background, some of it anyways, as the backing instead of plywood that I usually use. And I'm going to expose that backing a little bit more than usual. Usually I have a full image that's made up of all those little pieces. This time I'm going to have maybe just part of the image showing, and then the rest of it will be some sort of board backing, I guess. Pine board backing. Try to make it look like a rustic board backing. Don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to give it a try. It's all about experimentation, and also help use up some of that wood that I have back there that I've been sort of hoarding for the last little while, and it's time to be used. So let's get to it, start making a backing. Okay, so I finished this part of the project. Now I have to figure out what color I'm going to make the grass. I don't want to get too much of a different color. I want to keep it in the same tones. And I'm just thinking about what color I'm going to make the background, because that's the piece of wood over there that I'm going to be using as the backing. And yeah, so here's the pieces for the grass. So I'm trying to think what color I'm going to do. So that's the challenge for today. And I think one part is that I'm looking at is that I'm going to sort of whitewash that piece. I've decided maybe more of a cream, not really white, but more on the creamy side. It kind of looks nice having the brown as a backing, so close to that, so it's not too much of a contrast, but still has. Yeah, or I might even use, I guess, maybe one of the colors, like the flagstone here. Not sure, more of a whitewash though. Yeah, I think that's the direction I'm going to be going. And then for the grass, I might just make it on the darker colors, maybe with some white. Yeah, more of the darker colors, and maybe make some white strips in it, kind of thing, just to make it look like as though it's grass. I'm not sure yet. It's gonna, hopefully it'll come to me. I noticed that in the camera I can see this line. In real life I don't really see it. It's there, but I don't really see it as prominently as I do in this in the camera of the interesting. Yeah, it's funny how that comes out more in this on the screen than in real life. But anyways, yeah, grass. Let me figure that one out. And there we have it. So I still have to put a frame on. I still need to add a clear coat for getting this video out in time. I just thought I'd give you a show of what it looks like. And here's some mock-ups I did in Google AI Studio just to give an idea of what it will look like in someone's home. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you back here again at Dusty Workbench Art. Take care.